Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your NXT, AEW, Dynamite, AEW Dark, MLW Fusion, and being the Elite, which is episode 203, can be found in this link. It's called Living in the Woods. AEW World Tag Team Champion and Executive Vice President Kenny Omega recently spoke with Sports Illustrated and explained his long-term plan for his character in the company. Omega said he wants to be a force that helps introduce new stars to the world and to magnify the work of those around him. It was noted how Omega recently defeated indie talent Alan Angels on Dynamite and how the match was textbook Omega in that he always wants his opponent to shine. The mindset is not on display by Omega because he's an AEW executive. It's just his nature, and another example of how he's bringing his own unique psychology to the mainstream world of pro wrestling. Not everyone who watches AEW is familiar with my work in Japan, said Omega. I'm not sure everyone knows the best bout machine. So the question was asked, and the best way to introduce this character by giving him the world right off the bat, maybe that could have worked. To me, I would rather take more unknown names, guys that don't have that big reputation yet, and show there is something special about them. I want to be a force to help introduce new stars into the world and magnify the work of those around me, quote unquote. It was noted that Omega's current goal is to show different sides of personality and to continue to spark interest in fans, keeping them tuned in each week. Omega also talked about how it doesn't matter that he's not into the main event picture right now. One of the last things I said when I was leaving New Japan after my match with Tanahashi was to Will Ospreay, Omega said. I told him there was no one with a larger toolbox and set of tools than him. And it was just a matter of getting his crap together and figuring out how to use those tools properly instead of just doing crap just to show people you can. And to his credit, Will's figured out. He's regarded by a large chunk of people as the best in the world. But the thing is, as soon as you're injured or people decide you're not the best in the world, then what? How do you keep that passion of fan base with you? For me, through the way I tell my stories and the way I value my fans from around the world, who mean the world to me. People who have stuck with me even though I'm not in the main event picture. And it doesn't matter if I'm not in the main event picture. I am performing my butt off to deliver main event level performances. I understand that you can't just be a dude that has long singles matches with the same people over and over. You have to challenge yourself in all match types, including TV matches. Guys that think that they're great in the Wild West, where they can do whatever the F they want, sure, they're great. Not to sound egotistical, but putting on great matches, that's the easiest part for me. Try to do it when you have to hit a hard 8 minutes and still blow the fans' socks off. Omega said he wants to be a true best in the world performer, challenging himself to become that multi-faceted performer is Omega's top priority these days. I want to be a true, all-around, real best-in-the-world performer, he said. That means singles matches, tag matches, mixed tags, battle royals. You have to be able to do it all. With AEW, I've been allowed to create the creative freedom to develop myself as more of an all-around performer. I had incredible chemistry tagging with Ibushi. I asked myself, can I do it again with Hangman? I believe I can, as they are the tag team champion in AEW. I believe I can. Can I do mixed tags with Riho? How about a hardcore death match with Mox? That type of wrestler I want to be. And no, people have not got my absolutely strong suit yet. My forte, the main event style singles match, it's not that I've lost it. It's that I'm building a tool chest from the ground up for a new audience. I want to do the hard work, setting the table for everyone to accept new faces. Omega then said he will soon remind fans why he's the best in the world. He's a competent performer who truly believes in his work. And it was noted that he knows no one can capture fans' attention like he can, whether he's going up against an opponent like Angels or if he's headlining a pay-per-view. And a great match would be against Mox. But they're both face right now. When it's time, which is sooner than people think, I'll remind people why I'm the best in the world, Omega said. And it's coming. It's not a matter of it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. Impact Wrestling has re-signed Sue Young, a.k.a. Susie, to a multi-year contract according to PW Insider. Young has been with Impact since March of 2018, winning the Knockout Championship in April of that year at Redemption. She held the title for 110 days before losing it to Tessa Blanchard. Young responded to the news on Twitter. What the fans want, the fans get. This week, Kimberly and Tasha Steelz made their in-ring debuts on Impact Wrestling. Lee made her initial debut last week during Madison Rain's locker room talk to confront Havoc. Lee faced Havoc this week and won illegally by using a pair of brass knuckles on Havoc. But the referee didn't see it, so it's not illegal. Steelz, on the other hand, faced Kylie Ray in a clean fight. Though she lost by submission to Ray's smile to the finish, she and Lee are promising additions to the knockout division. Christian contrasts his leap to TNA to Jon Moxley's leap to AEW. Guess I skipped a little bit there. Before her arrival in Impact, Lee made quite the name for herself after becoming the first female Chikara Grand Champion. From there, she found herself working for NXT as Abby Lace in 2016. 2 years later, Lee was released from NXT. After her release, she went on tour for Stardom in Japan. Last year, she was ranked number 90 in Pro Wrestling Illustrated's Women's 100. This is the first national TV experience she's had, besides a few televised NXT and Mae Young Classic tournament appearances. Steelz is the most notably known for her work in Northeast Wrestling, Queens on Conquest, Chaotic Wrestling, and NWA. Steelz made her NWA debut in December when she went one-on-one against the current NWA World Women's Champion, Thunder Rosa, at Into the Fire. She currently still works for NWA. She is also the co-leader of Culture SZN, alongside Christian Casanova. Mike Tyson will appear at AEW Double or Nothing on May 23rd to present the TNT Championship to either Cody or Lance Archer, those who are in the finals. On Twitter, Cody wrote, "It's been a privilege to compete in this tournament. It'll be an honor to finish it. The king of pay-per-view, the baddest man on the planet, Iron Mike Tyson, to present the at TNT Drama Championship. MLW Fusion from May 9th. Action can be found in this link. The Shop AEW website has released new custom sneakers for various wrestlers. Picture can be found in this link. And the cost of the sneakers are $99.99. Feature designed for AEW World Champion Jon Moxley, Chris Jericho, The Inner Circle, Jurassic Express, Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, even Matt Hardy, Rogan, or all Delete Wrestling versions, and the Young Bucks, dollars or pesos versions. The shoes are the Super Kicks brand from Pro Wrestling Tees. Each pair takes 3 to 4 weeks to ship, and there are no refunds or exchanges due to the sneakers being custom printed. AEW also sells custom printed flip-flops with the Young Bucks logo, the AEW logo, and Chancellata's version for Santana and Ortiz. The flip-flops go for $21.99 per pair. Rachel Ellering, formerly known as Rachel Evers in NXT, was another talent released from her contract back in April as part of the company-wide WWE budget cuts brought by COVID-19. Ellering reportedly spoke to WWE officials about having issues with the medical team and with medical procedures a few months back. According to Wrestling Observer newsletter, Ellering had been doing rehab after her reconstructive knee surgery. Ellering worked the first two Mae Young Classic tournaments and signed with NXT in January 2019. Suffered a torn ACL in July of last year and had been on the shelf since then. Ellering's complaints on the medical team and some of their procedures were reportedly not received well, and that led to her departure. It was reported by the Observer that Ellering, daughter to the Hall of Famer Paul Ellering, was given two options a few weeks back. No word yet what those exact options were, but both of them reportedly had her getting released. Ellering reportedly chose one of the options and was then released. There was a time when Ellering was interested in leaving WWE on her own, but this departure was a company decision. This link here is a video of the newest superstar home cooking with Tegan Knox and Candice LeRae. In the video, NXT stars make buffalo chicken mac and cheese. Why don't you just call it chicken mac? Or chicken instead of chicken spaghetti, chicken mac. Heck, I do the weenie mac. Chop up hot dogs, boil them with the macaroni, add your cheese, milk, what have you. NXT star Roger Strong shared a little about his life and what he's doing while quarantining due to COVID-19. Strong shared a photo of him and his wife at this link. Former mixed martial artist and current NXT star Marina Shafir after training. In NWA Superpower episode 21, season ending at this link. NWA Power returns with season 3 finale with their lost episode called Superpower. This episode originally was intended to run in the building up for the Crockett Cup with the world circumstances that event had to be postponed. NWA President William Patrick Corrigan, formerly with Impact, Billy Corrigan, updated all the fans on what the future of the National Wrestling Alliance is at the end of NWA Power. Second generation wrestler. I guess I did that. I won't even say it again. I'll give you more. No. Okay, 27-year-old Ellering worked several matches for NXT before being announced for the 2017 Mae Young Classic. She was eliminated in the second round that year, and then in the first round of the 2018 Mae Young Classic tournament. She signed an NXT contract in January 2019. Ellering, who has been linked to Cassius Ohno, suffered a torn ACL in July of last year and has been on the shelf for months. And she tweeted a video that I did not get the link for with various shots from her time in WWE and wrote the following, which appeared to be a quote from Scandal. "We know who we are, who we'll always be, and we have a choice. We can't hide in the shadows or stand in the light." NXT superstars were cut last month, are free to do what they want after this week, and they were under the 30-day non-compete clauses, unlike main roster talents who were under 90-day non-compete. Following talents were cut from NXT last month: Ellering, Ono, Tino Sabbatelli, Cesar Bonini, Tainara Conti, Muhammad Fahim, Fasel Cardi, Edgar Lopez, Mars Wang, Rocky, Marcos Gomez, and Hussein Aldegal. You can see, you can hear her tweets right here. And Rachel Evers, WB. We know who we are. We'll always be. And we have a choice. We can hide in the shadows or stand in the light. The next Dark Side of the Ring episode from Vice TV focuses on the tragic death of WB legend Owen Hart. At this link, the season 2 finale on Owen will premiere next Tuesday, May 19th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Vice TV. And you can see that link that I just gave you. The final days of Owen Hart will be a 2-hour season finale. NXT results. They start off with a slight tape delay from the USA Network with a video package from last week's show. NXT Tag Team Title match. Imperium versus Matt Riddle and Timothy Thatcher. We'll go right to the ring for tonight's opener. Byron Saxon welcomes us from ringside. NXT Tag Team Champion Matt Riddle is out first with his temporary partner, Timothy Thatcher, Mauro Ranallo, and WWE Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix are calling the action tonight but once again, they're not in the arena. Out next comes Imperium's Marcel Barthel and Fabian Aichner as Alicia Taylor does ring introductions. The bell rings as Thatcher and Barthel lock up to start. Thatcher takes control early on and grounds Barthel on the mat. Barthel turns it around with scissors, keeping Thatcher down. The hold is broken as they trade counters on the mat. Barthel mounts Thatcher but gets slapped. Thatcher with some ground and pound. Barthel avoids the armbar and makes it to the bottom rope to break the hold. Aichner tags in and takes Thatcher down. Barthel goes over to Riddle, but Riddle leaps off the apron and drops him. Riddle beats Barthel against the barrier and works him over. Thatcher is a bit frustrated that Riddle isn't in the corner to tag. Aichner takes Thatcher back down. They go back in the corner, and in comes Riddle to take over on Aichner. Aichner drops Riddle with a big shoulder. Aichner goes on, but Riddle jumps on his back for a sleeper. Aichner slams him on the mat. Riddle comes back with a big gut wrench suplex. Barthel tags back in, but Riddle also launches him with a suplex. Riddle keeps the choke and stops to knock Aichner off the apron. Riddle misses Broton on Barthel. Aichner comes back in for a double team and a 2 count. Aichner stands over Riddle, who crawls towards his corner as we go to commercial. Back to the right, Aichner dumps Riddle into the ropes. Barthel tags in for a big sliding kick and a 2 count. Barthel keeps the choke, and in comes Aichner for more punishment to Riddle. Riddle drops Aichner with a big knee, and Barthel tags back in. Barthel blocks the tag, but Riddle goes for the final flash and misses. They tackle some more, and both go down as Thatcher screens for a tag. Barthel eats a roundhouse kick, and they both go down again. Thatcher is just yelling on the apron. Riddle nails a monkey flip to Barthel, but this accidentally knocks Thatcher off the apron to the floor. Thatcher is upset now. Thatcher has had enough. Riddle yells at him to come back. Thatcher walks up to the back, and apparently we have a handicap match now. Aichner and Barthel prepare for the double team European bomb, but Riddle fights them off. Riddle will go to sleep on Aichner. Then a final flash to Barthel. Aichner slams in a spine buster, and Barthel follows up with a big kick. They come right back, and nail the European bomb, and pin for the titles. Winner new champions, Imperium. After the match, Imperium stands tall with the titles as the music plays. We come back to Barthel and Aichner posing with the belts as an upset Riddle recovers on the floor. Still to come segment, Cruiserweight tournament match with Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Jack Gallagher and Tony Nese versus Atlas. Also, a look at Charlotte Flair, Io Shirai, and Rhea Ripley feuding for the title. Back to commercial. Back from the break, Timothy Thatcher is backstage. He's tired of Matt Riddle's comedy and games over the past few weeks. He says he wants to be tag team champion, but not with this hot mess Riddle. Riddle approaches and asks what just happened out there. They shove each other and start brawling. Officials break them up. Tegan Knox versus Indy Hartwell. We'll go back to the ring. Out first comes Tegan Knox. Indy Hartwell was next. They lock up and Hartwell shoves Knox back. Then talks some trash. Hartwell overpowers Knox back to the mat off of a lockup. Hartwell keeps control and slams Knox by her hair. Hartwell with more trash talking and takedown for a 2 count. Hartwell with more offense and counters. The referee warns her in the corner. Knox comes back with a big kick, but Hartwell rocks her with a forearm. Hartwell catches Knox with a big sidewalk slam for another 2 count. Hartwell sends Knox in the corner, but Knox catches her. Hartwell is hit to the apron now. She fights back from the apron, springboards in, but Knox catches her for a big choke slam in the middle of the ring. Knox with a big chop to the chest and right hands. Knox fights Hartwell off and hits the European uppercut in the corner. Knox drops Hartwell in the corner and hits a big cannonball. Knox goes to the top, hits a flying crossbody to Hartwell on the mat. Knox nails the Chinese wizard for the pin and the win. After the match, Knox stands tall as the music plays, has her arm raised. We go to replays. Knox makes her exit as Hartwell looks on from the mat. We're going to look back at what happened from last week with Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, and Io Shirai. We see a video of Ripley backstage earlier. She says WrestleMania 36 didn't go as planned, as it sickens her that Flair has the title. Shirai put up a good fight last week, but couldn't get the job done. Ripley says she's the one who will be great, bring the title back to NXT, and if she has to beat that into Shirai, so be it. She says she's not finished with Charlotte, and as a stupid old man used to say, which Flair knows really well, we've only just begun, because the title around your waist belongs to me. We go to commercial. Back from the break, Matt Riddle is talking to NXT General Manager William Regal by video. Riddle thanks Regal for granting him a match against Thatcher tonight. Riddle is approached for comments, but Thatcher suddenly attacks him. The referee backs Thatcher off, but he comes back and throws a TV at Riddle while he's down. Next, we got interim NXT Cruiserweight title tournament. Tony Nese, 0-2 versus Jake Atlas, 1-1. We go to the ring for the next Group A match in the tournament to crown an interim NXT Cruiserweight champion. As Tony Nese comes out, Byron Saxton is backstage with Jake Atlas. Saxton acknowledges that Atlas must win tonight to stay alive. He comments on moving forward and has big Drake Maverick fan. Hopes Drake can beat Kushida next so they can get together again. Atlas goes on and makes his entrance. The bell rings and they go at it. Trading holds to start. Knee stops an armbar by taking it against the ropes. Atlas turns it back around, but Knee lands a back kick. Knee for more kicks. They take counters and they show each other up. But Atlas shows off a little too much, and Knee rocks him as he's bowing. Knee ends up dropping Atlas, throws off the rope. Atlas his throat off the rope, and Atlas goes down clutching his throat. Knee comes back in, works over Atlas while he's down. Knee beats Atlas into the corner with chops. Knee with kicks in the corner. Knee with a suplex in the middle of the ring for a 2 count. Knee grounds Atlas on the mat now. Atlas tries to fight up and out as Knee keeps him blocked. Knee with his knee strike. Atlas looks to mount some offense now, elbowing Knee off of him. Knee comes back with a big forearm to the face. Atlas comes right back and drops Knee with a big boot to the face. Atlas with a German suplex and an insecure for a 2 count. Atlas has a cut above his eye now. Knee with a big chop to take it back to the corner. They tangle again, and Knee goes for a pump out of slam, but Atlas slides out. Atlas with a leaping neck breaker. Atlas goes back to the top, but Knee leaps up with an uppercut. Knee with a bunch of chops, knocking Atlas off the top, but hanging him. Knee then stops the weight while Atlas is still hanging on by one arm. Knee sends Atlas to the apron. Knee climbs up and grabs Atlas by his hair, talking trash. Atlas unloads with a strike and then sends Knee to the mat. Atlas climbs up top and hits the big cartwheel rainbow DDT for the pin and the win, which brings Atlas to record at 2-1. After the match, Atlas stands tall as it has his arm raised as the music hits. We go to replays. Saxton shows the updated tournament standing. And Atlas is now in the lead of Group A. We see footage from video chat. NXT champion Adam Cole did with Kyle O'Reilly, who mentions being away shooting a movie. O'Reilly has reportedly missed recent tapings due to health concerns over COVID-19 as he has diabetes. Bobby Fish and Roger Shaw also joined the video chat. Cole talks about taking care of the Velveteen Dream. They take shots at Dream and Dexter Lumis. Shaw is picked to take Lumis out tonight. Cole says they embarrassed Dream. They're going to take out Lumis. And the Undisputed Era will get back to doing what they do best, running NXT. They all do the Undisputed arrows pose to end the video chat. They do the reverse NWO. Butterfly. Back commercial. Back to break, we see what a new video for carrying across in Scarlet. They're not here to shock the system or to save you from corrupted black hearts. TikTok. They are your entertainment, and it's time to wake up from the dream where they stay asleep forever. Tommaso Ciampa is the first, but not the last, says Cross. Fall and pray. TikTok. Great promo by Cross. We see Finn Balor and Cameron Grimes backstage warming up. They air a video on Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Kai said she knew something had to change when she injured herself. She had to stop her rehab just to film stuff on Tegan Knox. She was away in the shadow of someone else, and it was time for a change. What she did at War Games felt good. Her career shot to a new level once Raquel arrived. She calls Raquel the most dominant force and the only woman who has her back. The only woman she can trust. Raquel says they have a common bond and they both know what it's like to be the outcast. This is a hurt business and they are ready to hurt someone. Mackenzie Mitchell is backstage with Isaiah Swerve Scott to talk about the next tournament match. He says he'd quit wrestling if he was one of those who can't get a single win in the whole tournament. Scott excuses himself to go face Gallagher, as he's not. Says he's got a house to protect, Swerve's house. Beth says we have an invitation to dinner with Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano. That will happen later on. Also, DX is here. Back to commercial. Back for the break, we'll see Hall of Famers, DX in the production area. Triple H says NXT General Manager William Regal was unable to be here, so he asked them to handle a major announcement. Shawn Michaels chimes in with some jokes. Triple H says this week is the 25th anniversary of WWE in your house. Hall of Famer Road Dogg BG James appears with more comedy. Triple H goes on and announces NXT TakeOver in your house for Sunday, June the 7th on the WWE Network. Probably from the arena, NXT Arena. Logo incorporates the original In Your House logo. They can do it because it's still WWE. Finn Balor versus Cameron Grimes. We go back to the ring. Out comes Finn Balor. Cameron was out next. Bell rings. Grimes immediately goes for the big double stomp, but he moves. Balor goes right to work and unloads in the corner. They take on, and Balor takes Grimes down, grounding him with a headlock. Grimes tries to fight free, but Balor takes him right back down. More back and forth between the two as Grimes gets some offense in. Grimes counters Balor and drives him down for a close 2 count to go to commercial. More back and forth after the match for a few minutes. Grimes levels Balor in the middle of the ring. Grimes goes on and hits a big clothesline for another 2 count. Grimes talks trash and slaps Balor in the mouth. And knocking him back, Grimes approaches, but Balor takes him down and nails a big stomp to the chest. Balor unloads with stomps to Grimes while he's down. Balor keeps control and stomps some more from the apron while Grimes is on the floor. His head flat on the apron. Balor with a big kick to the head, dropping Grimes on the floor. Damian Priest suddenly appears on the other side of the barrier, staring at Balor. Balor charges and drops Priest on the outside. He goes back to Grimes and lays him out at ringside again. Balor rolls Grimes back in the ring, but Priest comes from behind with a nightstick shot to the back of the knee. Grimes takes advantage and hits the cave-in for the pin and the win. How could the referee not see it for the disqualification? After the match, Grimes makes his exit, celebrates as the music hits. We go to replays. Priest brings the steel chair into the ring while Balor struggles to get up. Priest grabs Balor and drops him on the chair with a reckoning. Priest pins Balor down with the chair over his throat. He says he didn't realize he would enjoy it this much, just like he did 3 weeks ago. This reveals Priest was the original one who attacked Balor last month. Priest makes his exit as his music hits, taunting Balor as he struggles to get back up. Byron takes a look at standing in the interim NXT tournament again. Back for Rick, Byron leads us to a video on the WWE and Make-A-Wish. The next tournament match, Isaiah Swerve Scott with 1-1 versus Jack Gallagher at 0-2. Well, if Gallagher loses this match, you can say he's out of the tournament. Back for the break, out first comes Gallagher. For the next tournament match, Gallagher already has no chance to win. Isaiah Scott is out next. Scott making a way to the ring when Tony Nese suddenly attacks at ringside and sends him into steel ring steps. Nese barely took him offense at Scott's earlier comments on how you should quit if you can't win a tournament. Scott slowly gets into the ring and the referee checks on him. The bell rings and Gallagher immediately levels him for a close 2 count. As Scott puts his foot on the bottom rope. Gallagher keeps control for another pin attempt. Gallagher then drops Scott with a knee to the gut for another close 2 count. Gallagher focuses on the midsection, keeping Scott down. Gallagher with an abdominal stretch on the mat now. Gallagher keeps control until Scott dodges a big shot. Scott comes right back with a house call, but Gallagher still kicks out. Scott clutches his ribs and struggles to get up before Gallagher. And Scott gets up and connects with a big kick and then another. Scott calls for the finish, but his ribs are hurting. He charges and Gallagher leaps at him, locking him in a guillotine and taking Scott to the mat. Gallagher tightens with the legs around Scott's midsection. Referee checks on Scott. Scott slowly powers up to his feet and breaks a hold. Gallagher levels Scott again with a huge roaring elbow to the face and wins the match. Gallagher is now 1-2. After the match, Gallagher talks some trash to Scott to stand tall as the music hits. We go to replay of the finish. We get an updated look at the tournament standings. It's now Gallagher and Scott are both 1-2, unable to win the Group B side. So, still to come, Caden Carter versus Alaya. Back to commercial. Back for the break, we get a promo for Takeover in Your House for June the 7th on the network. Alaya versus Caden Carter. We go back to the ring. Out first comes Caden Carter. Aya is out next. The bell rings and Aya charges and nails a takedown. Carter comes right back with a takedown of her own. They take over to go back and forth. Aya keeps up and they talk trash in each other's face. They trade shots and Carter nails a big drop kick for a 2 count. Aya unloads with kicks and knees to the back of the head and in the corner. Aya drops Carter out of the corner for a 2 count. Aya with a big toss in the corner. Aya unloads with strikes in the corner as the referee warns her, and she screams it back at him. Aya with more screaming and yelling. Carter turns it around in the corner, but Aya kicks her back. We see Robert Stone on the apron now. Aya drops Carter in the middle of the ring. And he's scouting his future talent, and Stone takes a few steps down. Carter rolls Aya up for a 2 count. Aya comes back and takes control. Aya asks Stone if he's watching this. Aya goes to the top to show off before a move, but it backfires as Carter mounts offense. Carter with a roll up and a back fist for a 2 count. Carter goes on and ends up applying a deathlock submission on the mat for the win. After the match, Carter stands tall as the music plays. Aya rolls to the floor and clutches her leg. Stone looks on and may be unimpressed. Aya ends up grabbing his arm to stop him from leaving, and he removes her hand. Morrow wonders if Aya tried too hard to impress Stone. Still to come, dinner at the Gargano's. Back to commercial. Back from the break, we go to the home of Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae for another dinner table segment. They brag about their recent wins over Zia Lee and Dominic Dijakovic. Gargano says, if you speak his name, there will be consequences. If you get in their way, you will find out that it's their way or none at all. LeRae ends up cutting a promo on Mia Yim, while Gargano has words for NXT North American Champion Keith Lee. LeRae wants to show them what glory really looks like. Gargano says Yim and Lee will have no choice but to bask in it then. The segment ends. Akira Tozawa versus El Hijo Del Fantasma and Kushida versus Jake Maverick are confirmed for next week's tournament. Rhea Ripley versus Io Shirai also confirmed for next week. And you got the match that was made by Regal by video. Timmy Thatcher versus Matt Riddle. And it's your main event as Thatcher was out already waiting. Matt Riddle was out next. Bell rings and they go at it. Riddle takes control early on, but Thatcher counters it on the mat. They stand again, take a little middle ring. Thatcher takes Riddle down and mounts him. Riddle quickly gets free, but Thatcher takes back control. More back and forth between the two on the mat. Riddle ends up mounting Thatcher with strikes after a few more minutes of tangling on the mat. Thatcher fights back with strikes from his back. Riddle gets on Thatcher's back and grounds him on the mat again. Thatcher turns around and grounds Riddle while he's pounding on his ribs. They get back up and Riddle nails knee strikes. Riddle drops Thatcher with a kick to the back of the head. Thatcher rolls to the floor and is down. Riddle yells out, telling him to come on. Back to commercial. Thatcher turns him back around and grounds Riddle. Thatcher works on the ankle now. Riddle fights off the submission. Riddle unloads with knee strikes and a German suplex. Riddle then with a final flash knee. Thatcher stops Riddle's bare foot and follows up with a European uppercut to the jaw. Thatcher with knees into Riddle's back while he's down. Thatcher grounds Riddle again as the referee checks on him. Thatcher clubs Riddle with a forearm. Riddle lifts Thatcher, but he slides down and tries to roll him up. Riddle goes for the armbar on the mat now. Thatcher gets his foot on the bottom rope to get free. Thatcher goes right on top of Riddle to ground him again. Thatcher drives knees into Riddle's side. Thatcher mounts Riddle again and beats on him. Thatcher goes into the armbar, but Riddle tries to get a pin off of him. Riddle ends up powering to his feet and slamming Thatcher with a big sit-down powerbomb. Riddle is slow to get up as Thatcher starts swinging first. They trade shots, but Thatcher unloads with big strikes to the side of his face. Thatcher goes for another ankle lock. Thatcher goes to the other ankle, and Riddle looks close to be tapping. Thatcher breaks free and hits a big move into the corner. More back and forth. Riddle counters and drops him with a row to sleep. Riddle climbs to the top and up to the top for the floating bro. But Thatcher gets the knees up. Thatcher goes right into the Fujiwara armbar in the middle of the ring. Riddle gets free and yells at Thatcher. But Thatcher ends up taking him back into the Fujiwara armbar. The Cherry Moore stiff holds on the mat. Thatcher keeps the leg submission locked, but Riddle moves up to his feet. Still kneeling down, barely leans back into a pin out of nowhere for the win. Winner of the match, Timmy Thatcher. After the match, Thatcher is shot. As Riddle's music hits, we go to replays. Thatcher attacks Riddle after the match. But it was not Thatcher that won. Riddle won the match. Thatcher unloads and drops Riddle into another Fujiwara armbar. Referee tries to get Thatcher to break it again. He finally does. Thatcher applies the armbar once again in the middle of the ring. Riddle is screaming out in pain and tapping. Riddle screams for pain as Thatcher tightens the hold as NXT goes off the air. AEW Dynamite starts off. Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur back on commentary. Dasha is handling ring announcing duties for the whole evening. Jake Roberts and Lance Archer are out to the ring. Roberts on the mic says he was told to make an apology for what he did to Brandy. He said he'll apologize when she kisses his butt. Roberts says, once again, once anyone comes into the ring, it's no man's land. Roberts says women are best at home, cooking and taking care of babies. Roberts says to Cody that time is about up, and it's time to pay the piper. We hear a truck engine revving up outside, and we see him run over barricades, looking pretty lame. Archer heads out. Cody with a kick between the legs, and he swings away on Archer. AEW Wrestling, the American Nightmare and Cody Rhodes has heard enough. With Tate pissed, he's ready to fight. As he's dressed bunkhouse brawl style. Cody then heads towards Roberts, but Archer gets back on him, throwing him over a barricade and crashing through a table. Cody fights back though, counters a chokeslam, but they get tripped up on the apron. Cody grabs Archer by his hair, chokes him with it. Cody grabs a chair. Roberts bails out of the ring. Cody throws a chair at Archer, but Archer hits him with a big boot. Archer tries for his finisher. Cody reverses it, goes for the disaster kick. Archer blocks it and throws Cody away. Roberts finally calls for Archer over as they hit to the back. AEW Wrestling says, over the past year, the hashtag AEW Tag Team roster has delivered one incredible moment after another. Let us know what your favorite tag team moment and matches have been in AEW history. Highlight package shown for AEW Tag Team Division, showing clips of a number of matches over the past couple of months and highlighting all the teams. Direct Express of Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus with Marco Stunt in the corner. Versus Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent with Orange Cassidy in the corner. Back and forth action early on between Taylor and Jungle Boy. They both tag out. So Trent and Luchasaurus get his work. Luchasaurus using his power to toss Trent around. Spinning kick to the head. Covers for a 2 count. Jungle Boy brought back in. Throws a chop. Looks for a high risk move. But Trent plants him to the mat. Jungle Boy put on the top rope. Hits a drop kick on Trent. Luchasaurus in the ring. Roundhouse kick. Assisted flatliner by Jungle Boy. Trent tries for a suicide dive. Caught, but Taylor helps out. And they hit a double suplex on the floor on Luchasaurus. Best Friends hug on the outside. Jungle Boy flips down on both guys. At AEW on TNT. How's it feel to get tossed around by someone with a master's in medieval history? At Trishy Locks. At Luchasaurus. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Back with the ring, Jungle Boy and Taylor tag in and throws a flurry of strikes at each other in the middle of the ring. Jungle Boy hits a back elbow, run to the high knee, eats a flying knee, strike from Trent. Luchasaurus hits a question mark, kick on Trent, but Trent fires back with a swinging DDT. Cassidy on the ramp, and Phoenix hammered him with a single leg drop kick out of nowhere. MJF throws Jungle Boy face first into the ring set, the ring post, as the referee checks on Cassidy. Taylor hits an awful waffle on Jungle Boy for 3 count. Outside interference. At TDE _ gift says that Ray Phoenix, MF, just blindsided Orange Cassidy. Winners by pinfall, Best Friends. After match, Wardlow launches a stunt into the barricade. Luchasaurus chases him off. AEW World Champion John Moxley arrives in the building and is not in a good mood. After all, last week's attack by the Dark Order. And, of course, the belt's stolen. Penelope Ford with Kip Sabian versus Britt Baker versus Hikaru Shida versus Chris Statlander. Baker goes right after Shida. Hits a stomp to the mat. Looks to break her teeth on the bottom rope. Statlander picks Baker up and hits a double backbreaker with Shida. Ford with a crossbody on both women. They dodge it. Each hit a kip up. Shida and Baker go at it now again. Baker tries for a lockjaw. No luck. Baker hits a sling blade. Lockjaw attempt. Statlander from behind grabs Baker by the nose. Statlander picks Baker up. Ford with a kick. And Baker hits a DDT. A wrestling says who wants it the most in this fatal 4-way match in the women's division. Ford tries for the pin. 2 count. Baker launches Statlander into a second turnbuckle. Covers. Shida breaks it up. Statlander eats a rising knee from Shida. Pace has been fast and furious in this match. Couple more pin attempts. All 2 counts. Baker hits a Canadian Destroyer on Statlander. Ford with a handspring cutter on Baker for a 2 count. A wrestler says every athlete in this match has taken their game to the next level. Who takes the win? Shida tries for a Falcon Arrow on Ford. Nope. Ford with Sunner. Baker with a swinging neck breaker on Ford. Statlander plants Baker for a 2 count. Statlander is on the corner. Shida suplexes Ford into Statlander. Baker with a super kick on Statlander. Both Statlander and Baker are out on the floor. Ford with a missile drop kick on Shida. Pin for a 2 count. Sabian gets involved. Grabs Shida. Ford charges in. Shida moves. Ford and Sabian decide to have a kiss. Shida kicks forward. Falcon Arrow. Statlander breaks up the pin. Ford with a poison rana on Statlander. Baker gets rid of her on the outside by throwing Chris into the ring post. Shida with a big backbreaker on Ford. Knee strike to the face. Pin for the 3 count. On the outside, Baker is giving Statlander lockjaw, refusing to let go. Winner of the match, Shida. After match, Nyla Rose is ringside, holding up the title. Pineapple Pete, Sue G talks about being on his grind in wrestling for years. He gets a shot in AEW and talks how Chris Jericho disrespected him with the Pineapple Pete name. So tonight, no more insults. He's throwing hands with Jericho. Kenny Omega and Matt Hardy tag teaming versus Santana and Ortiz. Santana and Ortiz attack Omega during his entrance. Hardy eventually makes his way out. Santana charges in, but gets bit as the plane as the flame pyro goes off. Wrestlers eventually make their way into the ring so the match can officially start. Omega and Ortiz battle things off. Ortiz with the bake rack. Omega fights back with a Kotaro crusher and a back elbow in the corner by leaping off of Hardy's back. Poetry in motion. Double suplex on Ortiz, who then rolls out of the ring. Hardy with a side effect on Santana. Leg drop covers for a 2 count. The wrestler says Damascus at Matt Hardy brand has unleashed chaos during this wonderful match. Back for the break. Ortiz is really working over Omega. Back and forth, forearms in the middle of the ring. Ortiz with a chest break does his taunt, but Omega hits a snapdragon suplex. Hardy tags in, gets it in some shots, knocks Santana out to the floor. Neck breaker on Ortiz. Omega with a crossbody out to the floor. Hardy with a twist of fate on Santana, covers. Ortiz breaks it up. AEW on TNT says impressive stuff at Santana _ proud and at Ortiz _ powerful. Hashtag AEW dynamite. Omega gets dropped by Santana. Tags in Ortiz. They look for a street screamer. Omega moves and Santana goes down to the mat. Hardy tags in and goes for the butterfly submission with a body lock. Then dropping down to the mat, Sammy Guevara stumbles out with a neck brace on and wielding a chair. He got hit by a golf cart last week and isn't looking so hot. He gets into the ring. Hardy kicks away the chair and hits a big DDT. Hardy puts Ortiz on top of the turnbuckle. Ortiz shuts him off. Omega lands a V-trigger. Hardy hits a twist of fate, covers, and that'll do it. Winners the match, Omega and Hardy by pinfall. One of his tag team champions. No, I don't think so. Backstage, Taz talks with Darby Allin. He apologizes to Allin about bringing up him losing to Cody. Taz then breaks down how Allin lost and says he could learn some things from him if he listened. Allin cuts him off and lets Taz know about his background in amateur wrestling. Taz says he didn't know about that, and Allin bounces. AEW says at Lexi Nair interviews at Kushida Hikaru after match on her thoughts of the AEW Women's Championship match against Nyla Rose Beast at Double or Nothing. Backstage, Lexi talks with Hikaru Shida about her upcoming title match. Shida says the thing that will make her happy is to win the title. Rose rolls up and says she offers her congratulations and says she found something that Shida has been missing. Rose then cracks Shida over her head with her kendo stick. I found your kendo stick. B word. Rose says with a smile. Next match, we got MJF with Wardlow in his corner versus Lee Johnson. MJF immediately flattens his opponent, continues to beat him up and taunt a bit. Johnson with a big slap, and MJF drops him. He throws Johnson out to the floor, kicks at his ribs, and then power bombs him on the apron. Back in the ring, shoulder breaker, right into the Fujiwara armbar for the tap out. MJF by submission. AEW wrestler says, and the _ MJF said it loud and clear that next week on Dynamite, he will be facing at Real Marco Stunt in singles action. After the match, MJF gets on the mic and says he can't wait for Jungle Boy at Double or Nothing. MJF says he's still feeling some ring rust, though, and when he came to the show today, he saw Marco Stunt has a match opening. So MJF signed up for the match. At Double or Nothing, buy-in, Best Friends versus Private Party. Winners will be the number 1 contenders, also Britt Baker versus Chris Statler. Chris Jericho with Santana and Ortiz, and Sammy Guevara and Jake Hager in the corner versus Pineapple Feet. Suge D. At AEW Wrestling says, hashtag Pineapple Feet has the opportunity to get the biggest upset career win over Le Champion at I Am Jericho. Jericho wearing a Pineapple Feet shirt as he slaps Pete right in the face. Pete swings away, big elbow in the corner, hits another one. He runs in again and eats a Jesus effect, covers, and we're done. Jericho by pinfall. A wrestler says the threat up at hashtag Pineapple Feet has been vanquished. Now on to more significant tasks. Enter the first ever Stadium Stampede at Double or Nothing on Saturday, May 3rd, 23rd. After the match, Jericho gets on the mic and says, now that the threat of Pete has been vanquished, it's back to Elite versus Inner Circle. Jericho wonders where Hangman Page and the Young Bucks are. Jericho says that the Inner Circle is writing history and has come up with a new match at Stadium Stampede match inside of a football stadium. He says the Inner Circle has challenged the group to a Stadium Stampede match at Double or Nothing. He awaits their answer. Vanguard Ward shows up with an Inner Circle shirt. He asks if the group accepts. We see Vanguard's one camera angle, and it says we accept. Jericho asks Vanguard one more time if he'll join the group. Jericho says there's a 6'6" member to the Inner Circle. His baseball bat, Floyd. He named the baseball bat Floyd. Jericho smacks the drone and swings away on it. Sammy then gets a few shots in with the bat too. Matt Hardy runs out to see the complete destruction of Vanguard 1 as the Inner Circle bails out of the ring. AEW says Iron at Mike Tyson will be at Double or Nothing to present the hashtag TNT Championship to the winner of the finals between Cody Rhodes and Lance Hoyt. Update on AEW Double or Nothing. Mike Tyson to present TNT Championship to the winner of Cody versus Lance Archer. Sheeta versus Rose is now a no DQ, no count out match. Christopher Daniels versus Brody Lee with 10 from the Dark Order. Lee comes out with John Moxley's AEW World Championship and hands it off to one of his top followers as he's calling it the championship match. There's 5 of them standing on the stage. Lee getting the best of Lee at the beginning of the match. Daniels works his way back into the match on the floor. Hits an Arabian moonsault. Still called best moonsault ever, BME. Throws Lee in the ring. Slingshot elbow drop. Lee is back on his feet and hits a big boot to Daniels' face. Goes for a cover. Only gets a 2 count. Lee continues to beat Daniels up. Goes out to the floor to stare over at Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian. Both in the crowd. Back in the ring, Lee with a sidewall slam on his opponent. Covers for a 2 count. Superplex on Daniels. Lee is on the apron. Slingshot senton. Super kick, pin, 2 count. Daniels tries to fight back with some forearms and security up to second rope for a hurricanrana. Another leaping elbow strike. Daniels goes up top, but 10 climbs up on the apron for the distraction. Sky and Kazarian beat him up. A brawl is broken loose between the Dark Order and SCU. Brawl breaks out, but match continues. Distraction causes Daniels to turn his back. Nearly takes a choke slam. Nope. Angel's Wings covers for a 2 count. Best moonsault ever on a standing Lee. Covers for a 2 count. Daniels heads up top again. Leaps but gets powerbombed to the mat. Discus Lariat covers for the 3 count. Winner of the match, Brody Lee. After the match, make sure Doctor announces him as the self-proclaimed AEW World Champion Brody Lee. His minions come back and hand off the title to him. Moxley walks down through the stands to meet Lee in the ring. Moxley beats up some of the followers, throws out one out of the ring. Lee shoves another follower into the ring. Moxley with a paradigm shift. Dirty Deeds and Lee and 10 go to the back, still holding Moxley's title. Moxley on the mic tells Lee he's made a foolish decision, one he will pay for dearly with interest. Moxley says the AEW World Championship is more than just a piece of metal, and he'll find out at Double or Nothing. Moxley says when the dust settles, Lee may find his AEW career is over before it started. And AEW Wrestling says, to put it bluntly, John Moxley is pissed and wants his AEW World Championship back. The AEW Post Dynamite show with Jim Ross can be found at this link. Excalibur and Taz also. The trio reacted to tonight's show. Week 31, Wednesday Night War saw AEW Dynamite top WWEC viewership just barely, and ratings once again. Wednesday's Dynamite drew 654,000. 11% drop from last week on TNT, topping 604,000 viewers. 9% drop from NXT on USA Network by 8.3%, according to Showbiz Buzz Daily. AEW ranked number 15, top cable 150, while NXT ranked number 46. AEW ranked 65 in viewership, while NXT ranked 67 in viewership. This is the lowest AEW viewership in the history of the show, and the fourth lowest NXT viewership since the show came to USA. NXT also tied for their lowest ratings in the 18 to 49 demo in history. Last week's Dynamite drew 732,000 viewers and ranked number 12 in the cable top 150. 66 in viewership. Last week's NXT episode drew 663,000 viewers and ranked number 33 in the cable top 150. And 68 in viewership. AEW drew .23 rating in the 18 to 49 graphic, while NXT drew .15 in the same demo this week. For both shows, it was their lowest ratings in demo in history. Although NXT garnered that rating in the demo the other two times, last week's AEW drew .28 ratings, while NXT episode drew .18 in that demographic. The latest NXT Energy Report can be found in this link with Matt Camp, featuring updates on NXT superstars from this week's episode. Following injuries were announced coming out of this week's NXT episode on USA Network were usually part of the storylines for the most part. Finn Balor suffered a bruised knee in a sneak attack by Damian Priest, which led to Balor's upset loss. Balor's symptoms are being monitored on his status is unknown, according to Camp. Jake Atlas suffered a contusion on his right eye in the tournament win over Tony Nese. Camp says he is not expected to miss any time. That concludes my results for this week. Thanks again. Peace out. See you one of you. If you don't know, just call me, brother.